Hello everyone and welcome back to another Onward VRML 3 cast. I am your host, TheSkyJoker, and tonight or today, depending on where you're at, I will be solo casting for you this Virtual Secret versus VR Loyal Dogs matchup. We are still waiting for the lobby to be created, so don't go anywhere, as the action should be coming to you pretty quickly. However, while we have a moment, we can go ahead and talk about our bans for today. Virtual Secret bringing out the ban on Bazaar, and VR Loyal Dog bringing out the ban on the Snow Peak. Interesting bans, as both teams are opting to take out some normal maps. You know, with these two USS Quest and Sand custom maps being in the pool, you would expect some people to be getting rid of those as a chance to get more practice on them, but it looks like both of these teams feel pretty confident on them as they're allowing them to stay in the pool. So should be an interesting matchup. We'll see if those two actually end up getting picked, either or. But we are going to cut to a quick intermission while we await for the lobby to arrive. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, everyone. We are in the lobby currently, and our first map is actually going to be, again, another normal map. We're coming into Quarantine, which, as we all saw in Season 10, had a really big change to it made coming into 1.8. In my opinion, a much more competitive map than it used to be. It is also one of my favorite maps aesthetically. Currently in the normal pool, I enjoy the views that this map provides, and I enjoy the variety. You have your long range angles, you have your rooftop height advantages, you have your close range encounters. It has everything. And we are currently starting on this far east objective, one of the standard ones that we are pretty familiar with in this east building over here. I would say pretty hard to attack, but also pretty hard to defend, as some of these defensive spots are pretty easy to get isolated in, such as the motel or the skeleton building over there. If you're a last man defender and you're in one of those buildings, it can prove to be pretty difficult to try and crash onto the objective or get there before a fast capper can punch in that code. We are currently waiting on the rest of VR Loyal Dogs to hop into the lobby. But we do have 5 on the side of Virtual Secret. We've got Blizzard Bard, Stidge, Sard, Mace, we got Maximum, and we've got Excise. And so far on the VR Loyal Dogs, we've got the Hakin or Hikine. I'm gonna kill these names as they are not the easiest to pronounce. Oh, we just got a third popping into the VR Loyal Dogs, Oxers, and then Gecko. I will attempt to not botch these names too hard, guys, throughout this cast. Let's see here. So some interesting things to note in quarantine, some changes that they've made. They have added an objective that we may or may not see over here by this white car. A little mixed feelings about it personally, but I'm curious to see what kind of meta arises from that objective, along with the one over here in the east that's right around these newspaper looking shrivels on the ground. Again, another interesting one. Not sure how I feel about it. Also, pretty easy to get isolated with some of the defense positions, and not easy to cap on at all. The only covered capping spot being behind this window frame right here. However, in order to get to that, you have to come out of this door and cross all of these windows right here, which are wide open to multiple angles. You almost have to prone across, and even then, once you get to about here, you're exposed to the skeleton building, and here you're exposed to the east objective building. So it's a little tough to get onto this objective. One approach that we might see a lot of is sneaking up the wall right here. It does expose you to motel, but if you manage to clear that out and clear that corner, you can get up these stairs. However, you have to get to the very top of the stairs to cap, so you might risk getting peeked out from the top floor skeleton. So, interesting new objectives that have been brought forward. With this objective in particular, you could easily cap from the outside behind these pillars. You can also cap from the corner around here. So relatively covered cap positions, just not the easiest to get to them, as you have to make some pretty open crosses. I personally haven't had any experience watching either of these teams play, so I can't make any solid predictions. However, looking at the match page for this match, we see the community has made quite the prediction for this matchup. I believe, if I double check here, we got 60 on the side of Virtual Secret winning, and only 3 on the side of We Are Loyal Dogs. Heavy predictions on the side of Virtual Secret. I'm curious to see if the final scores reflect such a commanding prediction for Virtual Secret to win. See if VR Loyal Dogs manage to prove the community that they are here to fight. I was actually looking at the previous matchups that these two teams have had. They actually faced each other twice in Season 10, and one time Virtual Secret won, and one time VR Loyal Dogs won. Going back to Season 9, they fought once, and Virtual Secret actually took it that time. However, from the looks of it, Virtual Secret has a little bit of a different lineup. And of course, with the changes in the game coming out, shields being taken out of the game, I'm not sure if any of these players would normally bring one, but that may or may not affect the gameplay here. We also have some drone restrictions on smaller maps. We'll see if that comes into play, as I have seen quite a bit of drone usage in the EU games. So we shall see. Again, still waiting on VR Loyal Dog's 5th member. We've got Hi, I'm Gary. coming in as their 4th. Hopefully this doesn't take too long and we don't have to break into an intermission. Ahead and snap on the objective here and pull up the leaderboard. I hope everyone is having a good start to their weekend so far. I do have a few more casts coming up tomorrow and Sunday, so be sure to tune in to those as well. We also have a pretty high octane match coming up tomorrow night on VRML 1 at 8 Central Standard. That's going to be a really big one. Take a quick look at the predictions going on for that match in particular. So we got Raptors versus OJC. 57 on the side of Raptors, 24 on the side of OJC. Raptors looking to make their name coming up from the season 10, from rookie all the way up to diamond. So be sure to tune into that. All right, so it looks like they're going to pop a quick timeout as one of the players is running a little bit late. They are estimating to start on the 20-minute mark. So I'm going to pull up to a brief intermission, and I will see y'all back very shortly. Alright, everyone, welcome back. Sorry for the bit of delay there. We are opting in to do a 5v4 as VR Loyal Dogs were unable to grab their fifth. Starting off here, we have a 3 split on the side of Virtual Secret. Some pre-fire coming down on the south road there to get some lasers on, so we can better understand what is happening. Heim Gary quickly moving into this corner here, looking like a little ambush position if anybody decides to try and come out of the mall. We do have one that managed to make it across to the skeleton and manages to pick off Excise out in the tank courtyard. Making that cross. Very long shot. Only downed, though. But he does manage to get the confirm. Now down to a 4v4, evening things up. Blizzard looking around for some action in the north. Not going to find any, though, as the defense is staying really tucked in. Hard to tell who we're going to be teleporting to. Sarge looking for the angle if anybody's peeking out on the dune section out in the south. Cycling around the hospital. Looks like the offense is taking it slow, trying to get some more picks before they try and breach anything. Trying to get some picks. They haven't managed to spot anybody. They should know about that Oxer's position in the skeleton from the shots onto Excise. We'll see how losing their team captain early affects them. Ooh, Sarge getting the call out just to ensure his team knows where they're at. Maximum taking up Burning, looking for anybody pushing out the mall area. Again, not going to find anybody. The defense staying really tucked in. Ooh, Stidge and Blizzard making their approach up in the north. Clearing each other's back. Making sure the angles are covered. Blizz taking the long while Stidge moves up. Good teamwork coming out. We do have a push coming out in the south, though. Sarge making his way to the rocks. We're going to have to split our attention here between the south and north as these two teams make their approach. Or these two squads. Sarge is looking for Oxers. Oxer sees him, though. A little bit of a engagement coming out.
First floor.
Sarge prepping a smoke. He's gonna opt to rotate to the other corner, it looks like.
It's completely tucked away in the south wall.
We're gonna take a quick look over at Stidge here. Making his approach in the north again. No defenders out this far away. He might manage to pick up Oxers on the side if he opts to rotate further east. Shots coming out from Gary onto Blizz on the other side of that building from the corner. Sarge gonna check his luck here, or try his luck. Looking for Gary. Not gonna spot him though unless he gets too peeky. Oxer's picking up Maximum down onto center Burning. And Gecko get Sarge on that far peek out. Stidge, now the last one up, manages to catch Oxers in the side. Now all load in Motel versus 3.5 VR Loyal Dogs. Oxers still in a position to give call-outs. He should be able to catch Stidge making this rotation, and Stidge cannot confirm that body. The whole Loyal Dogs are going to know exactly where Stidge is coming from. opting to make this rotation. So just trying to get some more peaks, but with 60 seconds on the clock, he really doesn't have the time. He's gonna have to commit to a push. And he manages to get Gecko up on the top. He makes a risky cross. Gary should have spotted that. He's going into the objective. 30 seconds on the clock. He doesn't check the corner. And gets taken out. VR Loyal Dogs taking their first point on map number 1. Very solid defense and some really good early picks, especially from the skeleton building over here. Oxers managing to catch Excise and I believe it was Maximum over there in the center burning, playing a key role in that defense. And then some really good cross angles, taking down Sarge and taking down Blizz across the way, leaving just Stidge all alone on this motel. Very good angles that Virtual Secret or VR Loyal Dog managed to hold. Virtual Secret just getting caught up in those rotations and not quite together on their attack as Sarge made his move a little bit early. Just came down to timing. We'll see how these teams adjust based on how they've witnessed the other play. VR Loyal Dogs gaining some momentum, some traction in this first round. And a 5v4 nonetheless. We'll see if they manage to hold on to that. Very good plays. See if Virtual Secret stay as condensed as Loyal Dogs, as they do have that extra man advantage. I'm curious if that's part of the reason why Loyal Dogs stayed so condensed, or if that would be their normal setup in a 5v5 situation. Again, thank you everyone in chat for joining us here on this early Friday. Or late Friday, depending on where you are at. Maybe even Saturday if you're living in the future compared to us.
Yeah, boy.
As we come in to round number 2.
I'm below you, alright? Below you. Just be where you must to rotate in if we all die.
Again, let me know if my mic and game audio sound okay. If it sounds pretty decent, make sure to say pineapples in the chat 6 minutes from now, whenever you reach this point in the cast. If it sounds absolutely garbage, terrible, or any issues, just let me know and we can get that resolved. Sarge taking up this motel position, and the skeleton taken up by Blizzard. Looking like Virtual Secret is utilizing the extra man advantage and playing a little bit more extended positions. Blizzard watching this dunes dutifully. We'll see how he plays that position compared to Oxers. It looks like Oxers, as I spoke about him, is getting pretty aggressive up here in the north. We'll see if Sarge manages to catch him out. Makes a cross. Sarge catches it but doesn't take the shot. Sarge definitely saw it though, and the call out should come out. And they will be aware of Oxer's approach here. Pekine coming up behind him. Gecko up in the hospital rooftop looking for picks onto Tank Courtyard, making sure nobody gets too aggressive on the defense. He also has a secondary Gary watching the dunes, also making sure nobody gets too aggressive. Boxers and Heckin making their approach, seeming pretty in sync, although their south approach is lagging behind them a little bit. Sarge looking for the angle onto Oxers. Boxers makes that cross. Sarge is going to be able to catch that. Take a look at these laser lines that they got set up here. Sarge is just waiting for Oxers to make that approach. I'm wondering if they're waiting for their south approach to make more headroom. Checking his tablet, taking his time. It's almost at the 3-minute mark with no action yet, as both of these teams are just feeling each other out. I think Oxers is aware of Sarge's position. He's looking for it. Oh, right as Sarge looks away, he's gonna turn on it though, and he catches him with the confirm, bringing this to a 5v3. Hekine making the cross onto the cargo containers, making it through. Maximum with a really tight angle. Unless he crosses that line, Maximum isn't gonna catch it. But he's going to have a tough time breaching through this defense without more distraction in the south. As I say that, we might have some action from Gary and Blizzard. Take a look at Gary real quick. Blizzard just waiting for Gary to cross out here. Gary goes for the peek. He's looking. Not sure if Blizzard can see that or not. And he gets him. Blizzard taking down Gary.
Echo 2, Echo 2.
And Hekine has made his way right next to Sarge. I think Sarge hears these footsteps. Gecko on the broken Humvee. Gonna try to make his approach here. Hekine opting to move 2v5. Sarge is definitely aware of Hekine's position and has called him out. Oh, he manages to catch Blizzard in the side. Again, same angle we saw that get taken down last time. Gecko taking down Stidge in the center mall. Now down to a 2v3. Maximum looking for the kill, and he gets him with the SKS. Now down to Hekine, right under Sarge. He pokes out, going for the kill. Might get shot in the back by Maximum. Maximum opting not to peek, though. Sarge right next to each other. And he goes for the kill on the Sarge, but Sarge was ready for the push. Maximum ready for the refrag if Sarge went down. And we are now down to a 1-1 tie as we trade these Volk rounds, giving the home team another point. Again, really good defensive angles that Virtual Secret brought to the table, and with the one-man advantage, making it a little bit easier for them. And harder on the offense to overwhelm any of the defensive positions. Very interesting round coming in here. 2 rounds. Oh, and as I mentioned before, we are moving on to the new objective over here by the white car. Again, I'm just really curious what kind of positions come out of this pretty out there objective. Very different, very unusual, and in a part of the map that, you know, you wouldn't usually focus on as defenders. So, again, curious to see what kind of lines come out of that. There's not a lot of defensive positions that aren't open to other angles. So we'll see just how VR Loyal Dogs opt to try and play this as we go in to the game in round number 3. Map number 1.
Las dunas.
Voy pa donde está Donald,
Vale.
The defense feeling like they're going to do a heavy hospital hold, while the offense getting what appears to be a pretty quick spawn, grabbing all of the early lines of sight that they can excise, making a quick rush into burning building, which is no longer burning. You might catch Gecko making that peek. Just looking for the head. Lots of lines going around each other. Nobody quite spying each other out. Virtual Secret keeping a hard eye on that doorway, making sure they don't get that height advantage. Looks like Gecko might actually go that way, though. So M203 comes out just a little too early. If Gecko had gotten up a little bit higher, that M203 might have caught him. Stidge looking for some action against Oxers. A little bit of a stalemate here, as neither player wants to peek too hard. Gecko going for the peek into what appear to be these windows onto maximum. Doesn't quite catch though, and Oxers catches Sarge getting a little peeky by that garage. Take a quick look here. Stitch and Blizzard now trying to challenge. Oxer's doing a really good job at holding down these boxes. Looks like the offense is still opting to do a full westerly push. Be interesting if they don't send out any flankers to try and get behind them. Shots from Excise towards Gecko, doesn't quite catch him, but it looks like Maximum is looking for a secondary angle on this. Doesn't see Gecko make the cross on the windows. Shots ringing out from the attackers. Onto Hospital, doesn't catch anybody. Smoke coming out as well to cover their approach. A little bit of a blind fire through the smoke. Seeing if they can catch anybody. Maximum still looking for another angle with a 12x. Just scanning these windows. He actually has eyes directly on objective now. Still looking for the angles. Stitch and Blizzard.
Yeah, I'm just guessing from the angle where I got shot. I didn't have a visual.
Ooh, if Blizzard's not careful, Oxer's gonna catch him in the knee.
They know I'm here, but I don't think they know that you are here.
Okay. Hang on, Stitch.
Oh, Excise getting aggressive.
East 2-story.
Hard to tell what the names are. Comes up on the side of the hospital here. Shots ring out. Excise still looking for the kills. Almost crosses into Hekein's line. Oh, he's looking for Gecko. Doesn't catch him though. He's not careful. Hekein's gonna catch him. And he doesn't check the corner. Maximum with the shots onto Gary. leaving his approach wide open. If Maximum plays his cards right, this could be a cap. Although, as I say that, the other two defenders rotate to watch this approach. Oxers might get flanked on here, though, if Gecko's not careful. And Stidge catches Gecko. Oxers now has to watch two different angles. His back is exposed. Hekine now gonna have to be the one to watch for the approach from Marksman. Yeah, wide open view. If Marksman, I'm sorry, not Marksman, if Maximum decides to make this, he goes for shots and he gets Oxers, opening the lineup for Stidge. Beautiful catch, now down to Hekine. Last man defender with just under 60 seconds to hold this objective. He catches Maximum going for the cross. Now down to a 1v2. This is the position you want to be in as last man. Stidge, I don't think he heard the shots. Runs right down to Hekine's position. Now just down to Blizz, who will not be able to make this cross without Hekine seeing. Flashbang goes out. Blizz is going to go for the cross. He gets under the car. He's going for the cap. He's typing in the code. Can Hekine get him through the car? Oh, down the virtual secret managed to get the cap. Wow. Running right through Hekine's line of sight and crouches under the car. I'm wondering if he could have shot under and caught the feet. It looked like he tried but did not succeed, giving Virtual Secret 3 points to Loyal Dogs 1. Wow. I thought for sure that Hekine was actually going to be able to hold that off. That was a really good position to catch anybody trying to make their way to the objective. And he almost clutched that. Just barely missing his shots. Unfortunate turn of events. Virtual Secret now on the high ground to take the first map of the series. Really good attack round. Very good teamwork as Maximum made that nice flank, taking down Oxers from Dunes. I believe he also managed to take out, yeah, he took out Hi, I'm Gary as well. His only obstacle on his approach from the east. And very good teamwork. As we await, and as I say that, going in to round number 4. With Virtual Secret now,
Missed the shots, but
again on the high ground, only have to defend the objective against the attackers. Still down a member, and getting the same spawn that Virtual Secret got last round. As we start the round.
Now you go up, okay.
Defenders getting into their position. A long flank coming out the north. Maximum looking for the shots, can't quite hit. Gary and Gecko getting aggressive with the suppressive fire. As they do a 2-2 split between the north and south. I'm Gary bringing out the SA-80. Doesn't look like he gave out the drum mags though. More shots coming out. I'm wondering how long they're gonna hold out here in the south before the north managed to get into position. The North team splitting off into a 1-1 now. Looks like they're going to try and get North roof control to look for any picks. And one flanking far northeast. Looks like he's going to come around and do something similar to Maximum. We'll see if the defense is ready for that long rotation. It looks like Blizz is going to be the one to challenge that. Gecko. Now inching his way across. Take a quick look at Blizz here as he catches officers on the cross. Doesn't hit his shots though. Goes for the rotation. And he catches them out. Blizzard shutting down that east flank. Gecko just sneaking his way up. Sarge catches those footsteps. This approach now called out. Xi should be aware that he can peek out and catch this, which he does. Gecko going down, now down to a 2v5. Hikine inching his way to tank courtyard, unsure if he's going to be aware of Blizzard in the mall right here. He should know that there's a defender out there after he heard those shots. He's looking at the windows with his gun slightly down though. Oh, but he flicks up onto Blizzard. Blizzard not prepared for that. Now down to a 2v4, but Sarge manages to catch Gary. Bringing this to Hikine versus 4 members of Virtual Secret. Oh, and Maximum with the headshot. 1-shot kill, giving Virtual Secret the win of map number 1. 4-1. Curious to see how Loyal Dogs respond to this commanding take of map 1 and see what map they opt to bring them to, or if they decide to choose a Volk round to start out. Take a quick look at the leaderboard here for everyone to see. And as I say that, it quickly goes away, going in to the one and only Suburbia. This is going to be interesting, going from the focused mid-long to pretty much all short, maybe a little bit of short mid. Suburbia, as we all know, being Menorcad's favorite, absolute favorite map to play. So we move in to change these team names. Very good first map for Virtual Secret. And it looks like we have a 5v5 coming into map number 2, evening things up a little bit. Gonna be good to see how that mixes up the strategies that VR Low Dogs and even Virtual Secret choose to bring, knowing that it is an even 5v5. As we look, we are actually going to be getting this new objective over here in the west. Not a fan of these new objectives on Suburbia, as it forces you to play the map kind of sideways. Some people enjoy that. Me, not so much. I don't know, it feels kind of awkward going across the map, as everything is built to go north to south for the most part. I think it does bring up some interesting gunfight situations, some new positions you wouldn't normally see, but otherwise I feel that it was objectives that we didn't really need. As we go in to round number 1 of map number 2. Again, back to the 5v5 as Donnie manages to make his way into the mix. On Loyal Dog side, Free Fire coming out instantly takes down Blizzard. Wow. And this is down to a 5v4. Grenade comes out onto Oxers, not cooked long enough, giving Oxers the chance to fall back. And the defense spreading out amongst the lanes. Lane 4 by Excise manages to catch out Gecko. Don't think he was ready for such aggression. Is now evened up to a 4v4. And Hi, I'm Gary manages to catch Excise. Now down to a 3v4.
Lane 1 behind the house.
And Hekine manages to catch Maximum, getting really peaky over there by that Hesco box. Now down to a 2v4. Nate comes out, doesn't catch anybody. Free Fire onto Sarge from Gary, looking for the shot. Sarge trying to defend himself while he rotates closer to the objective. Oxers getting close to it. Stidge shuts that down. But Hekine manages to catch Stidge. Sarge, now the last one up, very far off objective. Objective wide open, and he goes out for the crash and gets taken down by Donnie, giving Loyal Dogs the first point on map number 2. What a commanding first round once again by Loyal Dogs. Coming out the gate, getting those early picks. Very strong on the pre-fires. You could tell they knew exactly where to shoot, exactly where to grab those lines, and where to cut off the defenders. Excise got aggressive there, managed to get a pick out here on lane 4, but wasn't able to continue the momentum, unfortunately. VR Loyal Dogs just picked Virtual Secret apart. I don't think they were quite ready for such aggression after the first map. They took it pretty slow. Quite the change in tempo. We'll see if that momentum continues into these following rounds as we await round number 2. And looking at the scoreboard, we're going to go ahead and hop into that gameplay view to ensure no overlay is left up. Moving in to round number 2, we'll see once again how these two teams decide to adapt to this new map and new 5v5 situation.
Corta. Okay. So, what are you gonna do?
Don't run in lane 2.
Looks like we're going to do a 3-2 split from the attackers. We'll see if they take these pre-fire angles. Sarge, as I say that, shoots through the bushes looking for Hekine. Doesn't catch him though. Maximum gonna make this peek on the window. Got it sideways to make it a little bit easier to shoot over that ledge. Stidge manages to catch one
White car, Echo 4 behind
in the
car.
lane 1. As he calls out Echo 4, I'm assuming 4 remaining. Gary looking for Excise, and Excise returning fire, doesn't catch each other. Oxers catches Stidge, and Donnie catching Sarge. Lots of shooting going on, wasn't able to snap to the right person. Sarge only downed. Donnie making the call out. It's going to push out for the confirm. Maximum. Almost
One on the right.
catches
Watch
Donnie.
it, watch it. One, oh,
Donnie goes for a kill. Gets. Oh, he was using him as bait and manages to catch Excise thanks to it. Maximum now looking for the refrag. Just waiting for Donnie to peek out. Oh, as he looks in the other side, but he catches him through the bushes. Now down to a 2v3 Blizzard Vark. Holding up the lane 4 approach. The defense now condensing around objective. Gary now looking inward instead of outward. Might allow Blizzard to move up here. As I say that, he rotates to look outward. Oh, I don't think he can see him on the other side of the car. But as soon as Blizzard clears the red car, he's going to be out in the open for Gary. And as I say that, he catches him. Now down to just Maximum. Versus 3-man VR Loyal Dog defense. The smoke getting caught up by the house. Oh, one shot runs out of ammo. Trying to find Hikain under the Humvee. And he catches his feet and gets the confirm as the body flies up. Goes for shots through the smoke. Doesn't find Oxers though. Opts to rotate to lane 2. Looking for Gary. Might spot him here. Oh, his head just barely covered by his bush. Oh, and it clicks! Oh, his mag was empty. Or he did not release the bolt. Bringing this to a 2-0. BR Loyal Dogs continuing this momentum on Suburbia. And we are moving on to the second new objective in the sandbox. Very, very good performance from VR Loyal Dogs so far. We hop back into the gameplay view, take a quick look at the scoreboard to see how everyone is performing so far. Again, for anybody that is new to Onward or doesn't know the basics of the uplink game mode, it is a 5v5 tactical milsim shooter. Again, most comparable to a search and destroy type setup. Marsoc on the blue side have to get to this satellite uplink that the Volk Orange are defending and type in a 7-digit code on a tablet that they have on their back. They have 6 minutes in total to do so as we move into round number 3.
Swing around. Start on lane 3. See if I can hear.
Quick spawns coming out. The attackers surrounding the objective with smoke right off the bat. Time Gary with the free fire. Doesn't catch anybody. Hikain getting aggressive here. Time Gary still with the pre-fire on Desard. Stitch with the spin around. Hikain gets one. Stitch catching another. Hikain catches one. Catches Blizzard. Now quickly down to a 3-3. Oxers with the confirm. Actually with the down onto Stinge. Now with the confirm down to a 2v3. Hikain with pad out. Excise not checking it. He's typing in the code now. Xi takes a peek, and he gets it before he gets the code in. Goes for Oxers. Manages to catch 2. Down to just a 1v1. Almost a cap. In less than 60 seconds. Gecko versus Xi. A lot happening in the span of 60 seconds, even 45 seconds. Gecko goes for the peak, catches Xi with the quick reflexes. Catches Gecko. Xi coming in clutch for Virtual Secret. Successfully defending the objective. Saving that map from a 4-0, bringing this to a 2-1. Getting Virtual Secret up on the board. Will this be the turnaround point? Let's see if VR Loyal Dogs does as good of a job defending this objective. And we'll see if Virtual Secret decide to get that aggressive. I mean, that was such a fast round. VR Loyal Dogs wasted no time getting across that map. Using up all of the smoke in order to get close to them and cause a little bit of chaos. Hop back into the gameplay view. As I say that, moving in to round number 4.
Detrás de ese, vale, tú cubres 4. Sí. Vale, me sirve, yo cubro 3 desde aquí atrás al lado de 8.
Looks like Virtual Secret's gonna do something similar with the split on the north and south sides. Free fire coming out, catch the Gecko for time. Gary looking for the refrag, gets the Xi. So much free fire through the fences. And Blizzard catches Gary. Now down to a 3v4. Oh no, 3v3 situation as Donnie grenades Blizzard. Beautiful grenade. The offense slowing down a little bit. Gonna try and regroup here and get back on tempo. And the defense making sure that they've got all 3 approaches covered. We'll see if Hikine and Stidge get into a confrontation here. From the long angle, Stidge poking out. If Hikine peeks out without his gun up, he might get caught. Oh, Stidge is looking the wrong way! As he assumed the car was clear. Now down to a 2v3. Virtual Secret on the uphill battle. Flashbang? No, frag grenade comes out! Just catches Oxers. Sarge might catch this rotation to pick him up. A little bit off. The revive comes out. C4 missing. If Sarge isn't careful, he's going to expose his side to Donnie. Looks like he's going to rotate inward. Donnie might still catch him as he clears the head. Ooh, gets shot through the bushes.
Exit the spot. Exit the last spot.
Smoke comes out. Lots of pre-fire. He's going to expose himself to Donnie again if he's not careful. Donnie goes for the peek out. Sarge trying to react onto it. Doesn't quite get there. Now down to Maximum versus 3. VR Loyal Dogs. Oxers going for the shots. Now Maximum gets the refrag onto Donnie. Really good poke out there as he dodges the shots from Oxers. Now he's going to go and challenge that, but Maximum gets down as Oxers was prepared for the double peek. VR Loyal Dogs managing to take another point in map number 2. Solid hold on the objective as we now move on to garage objective. Always an interesting to watch, both attack and defense, as some teams opt to heavy stack the middle house, heavy stack the spawn house. There's a few different ways you can go about this. Get some crossing angles. Again, just very interesting setups. There's so many different ways you could go about doing this. And on the attack, you can get really aggressive or you can take it pretty slow to get to the other side of this map. Curious if VR Loyal Dogs will put so much utility out as they did in their last attack round to try and get across the streets. Moving in to round number 5, hopping into that gameplay view.
Normally it's 3-0.
Like we might have some free fire coming out.
No, I'm not.
We'll see if it catches anybody. Fire coming out. Looks like Virtual Secret managed to dodge it as they get a little aggressive up here. Blizzard pushing right out onto lane 3. Gonna rotate to that center Hesco. A semi-common position. We'll see if Loyal Dogs are prepared for it. As Gecko risking that cross. It looks like he's actually peeking over the fence. Interesting peek if you're tall enough to accomplish it. Lots of call-outs coming out. Sarge calling out Bravo 5 movement on him. Possibly his designation on the team. Donnie sneaking his way past Blizzard. Grenade comes out, doesn't catch anybody. Probably based on the call-outs given out by Sarge. And the offense taking their time, looking for some kicks. Blizzard catches Hikine. Down on the lane 2. Oh, Blizzard getting down by Gary with that quick peek out. Gets the confirm as well. C4 goes out, doesn't catch anybody. I'm Gary just pre-firing everything. Excise opting not to poke out. Just letting Gary make some noise. Oxers carefully making this approach on the APC. Excise and Gary right next to each other. Excise goes for the peek. Oxers peeks out, catches Sarge. Maximum trying to peek out to catch Oxers. Trying to shoot him through the fence. Not quite able to with the concrete there. And he pokes out, catches Oxford, but Gecko immediately gets a refrag. Now down to Excise and Stitch. Maximum only down. Maximum able to give out these callouts.
Just be on the fence.
Stitch ready for this. Maximum in a perfect position to give these callouts. Excise catches Donnie. Stitch immediately pushing out on it as well. Very good teamwork. Excise in a perfect position to catch any crosses through this street. Now down to just Gecko. We'll see how he attempts to pick out this defense. Maximum should be able to spot him out in middle house. Gecko goes for the knife confirm. Just trying to clear these angles. He might hear some of these callouts coming out. Oh, the shots come out. Wounding him, but does not take him down. Looks like he's going for that nade. He's being flanked, though. He's going to have to be careful with Excise. Nade comes out. Not going to make it, though. Should be aware of this flank. Excise looking for it. With the tar suppress, he goes for the push and he catches him.
Thanks, Max.
Maximum with the great call outs. giving Virtual Secret another point on the board. Gaining the momentum they need to take this map and the series. VR Loyal Dogs still on the high horse. All they have to do is successfully defend this house. One thing to take note that they're possibly going to have to be careful of is that if Virtual Secret manages to get one through the house and up these stairs, they could potentially cap by the bed here. Just a crouch down and a cap is possible. And not easy to defend if they get up here. VR Low Dog's gonna have to be wary of that if Virtual Secret is aware. So move back in to the gameplay view to take a quick look at the leaderboard. And great job from both teams right now, putting up a really good fight. It's proving to not be the clear-cut, overly aggressive win that everyone was expecting. Again, 60 voting for the likes of Virtual Secret to win this matchup. And again, only 3 voting for VR Loyal Dogs. VR Loyal Dogs proving that those predictions are incorrect. Or at least that easy of a win that's being predicted is incorrect. Virtual Secret opting to do a 4-1 split. Heavy team push on the playground side with X-Size. Lone Manning gonna end up running into Kine and Oxers if he's not careful. Oxers manages to catch him as he keeps out. Shots from Gecko onto lane 4, catches Sarge as well. Quickly down to a 5v3. Not the position Virtual Secret want to be in right now, as losing too early is going to hurt him quite a bit, especially with no picks. Grenade comes out, doesn't catch anybody. 2 grenades come out, don't catch anybody. Just quite short. Gecko looking for the angle under the APC. Maximum also looking for him with 12x. But Gecko comes out on top.
Yeah, he's on the APC.
Only downing him. Gecko gonna get this confirmed though. Down to just Blizzard and Stidge. Stidge checking the long angles, waiting for anybody to peek these windows. Blizzard dutifully watching for a flanker. Gecko pushes out and manages to get caught out by Stidge. Stidge barely catching him in his peripherals. Very quick reflex. Good shot.
Okay, shots came from downstairs dimension. Downstairs Volkswagen.
Grenade comes out. Gonna be a little far off. Far enough, but too far to the side. Donnie now looking for Blizzard as well. Down to a 2-4. Wondering if the kill counts are correct for both teams. Donnie's still looking for the shots. Looks like a little bit of a pre-fire. Stidge making his way to the opening on these hedges. Gonna peek out, look for Donnie. Donnie might actually rotate off of his position, which will confuse the attackers a little bit, as they won't be prepared for that rotation. 3 Virtual Secret using up a lot of time looking for Donnie now. They're gonna have to be wary of the house, look down on them as they try and make this cross. Doing a really good job at staying in sync, checking each other's angles, each other's backs. If they time this right, 2 minutes on the clock, Stick goes for the free fire where Donnie was.
No, just free fire.
Donnie has moved to a different barrier though, and might catch Blizz if he's not careful. Without utility, this is going to be really hard to deal with Donnie's position. It's going to be really hard to get this cross without Hikain and Gary catching them out. At under 2 minutes now. We'll start doing a really risky cross. If Donnie was still in his current position, he would be wide open. And Gary manages to catch Blizzard. Stidge going for the refrag. Donnie gonna try and peek it. Stidge with the reflexes doesn't quite catch him. Shots through the fence don't catch him. He pulls out his pistol, but Donnie capitalizing on that. Gets the peek and gives the VR Loyal Dogs map number 2, bringing us to a decider. Map number 3. Before it goes away, let's take a quick look at everyone's leaderboard. Excise coming in with the 7 kills, but Oxers, Gary, and Donnie coming out with the high kill counts as well, 6, 6, and 7. Great job to both teams. Loyal Dogs just holding it strong with their aggression and with their angles on the defenses. Pop back into the scoreboard while we wait for the map number 3 to be decided. This series coming down to it. Looks like we might have a rehost going on, as one of the custom maps might not have been available. So it looks like we are going into one of the custom maps. I'm going to quickly throw us into an intermission while we wait for this new lobby to come back up. So stand by, stay in your seats, or go get a quick drink, because the action will be back short. And as promised, it did not take too long to hop right back into the action. And for our third map, we will be showdown facing off on the one and only Sand. Again, a new custom map being brought in to the map pool for Season 11. Lots of mixed feelings from the community about this map, but it was played a lot during the hiatus time frame between Season 10 and Season 11. We had a couple little tournaments going on, and this was one of, if not the most played map. We do have all 5 members of both teams hopping in to the game now, so I'm going to bring us into the gameplay view as we take a quick look at the rosters, which have not changed. We are continuing the same players from the previous maps. Take a quick look at this objective inside this kind of radar TV station kind of setup that we got going on. Yeah, I'd call it a TV station with the satellite dishes on top. Little tiny needles. Not sure how effective those are going to be honest. As we await the much anticipated round number 1. Looks like we got some interesting little reflection effects going on here. Not quite sure where it's pulling those reflections from. It looks like the reflection of the building across the way. But as I admire reflective effects, we are moving in to round number 1. The offense getting that far northeast spawn in the defense, right next to objective. See if the defense decide to stay directly on objective, or if they choose to push out, as this map does allow for some pretty aggressive defender spots. It's like Donnie opting to take that rooftop, almost gets picked off by Sarge. Free Fire's coming out, doesn't quite connect. Echo going for the shots on the X-Ice, doesn't quite connect though. Stitch going for the flank behind Gecko. Gecko should be able to hear this though. Donnie managed to rotate shots from Gary onto X-Ice, don't connect either. X-Ice just barely managing to dodge all of these shots. And the offense attempting to encircle this objective. Donnie manages to catch Sarge being aggressive. Donnie just rotating all over this building. Stitch gonna rotate to the back of the objective. Shots from Blizzard onto Hikain, manages to catch him, allowing Stitch a little bit of room.
Southwest corner up and made.
Shots from Maximum
inside,
onto
Lofa.
Donnie. Donnie manages to dance across. Donnie going for the quick flank, and the trade comes out. Oh, but Maximum is only down. Is Rezible. X-Ice might be the one to rotate back and get him. As I say that, he gets caught out by Gary. Now down to a 2.5v3. Blizzard in a really good position to get this res. Stitch right next to objective now. If he slows down and waits for the rest of his team, this could be a very well coordinated assault onto the objective building. Stitch slowing down, waiting for Maximum and Blizzard to catch up. The defense moving all over this objective building. Very antsy. Especially Gecko. Just trying to make sure no attackers get close to this building. Stidge now on the boxes. Gonna block the sight from Gecko. Oh man, Gecko just doesn't peek out enough. Will Stidge be ready for his second pass from Gecko? As he makes his rotation back, Stidge is on it. Oh, the shoulder peek! But he goes for the quick secondary assault and catches Gecko. Now down to a 3v2. Last two defenders stuck inside the building now. As the attackers surround the objective. Stidge and Oxers right next to each other. Shot from Gary onto nobody. Just some pre-fire. Stidge with the smoke onto Oxers. Flashbang comes out. Probably caught Gary as he pushed out. Stidge rotating to another road. The smoke right on Oxers. He's going to try and cap. I don't think Oxers can see him. Oh, he just manages to look. Now down to Maximum versus Gary and Oxers. Almost a TK as well. Very close. Maximum trying to decide how he wants to do this now, as he was a little out of sync. Looks like he's bringing in the drum mag. He has the ammo to take this with 90 seconds on the clock. Free fires both coming out. I'm Gary just making a lot of noise. Oxers is going to hear this. VR Maximum checking the code. He's going to try for a cap. Oh, he's so low. Oxer sees him though. And VR Loyal Dogs take the first round of map number 3. Very solid defensive work. Almost giving Virtual Secret the time to cap. The flashbang from Stidge, if he had run straight in instead of rotating, he would have been able to cap under that flash. When he threw it in and caught Oxers, and Gary, a little distracted on the outside, he could have pushed straight in and capped right under his nose, as he was both flash and smoke. Very good effort from Virtual Secret. Not an easy win for VR Loyal Dogs. As we await round number 2. Again, I hope everyone is enjoying the cast, and I hope everything is coming across accordingly. I'm going to definitely be watching this back over later to manage audio and stuff. Make sure everything that sounds good. If y'all have any recommendations or any feedback for me, please let me know. I will see it. As we await round number 2, we're going to go ahead and hop into this gameplay view once again, ensuring that no overlay is left up today. As we move in to round number 2.
Up again. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but yeah, you use utility. Use utility.
A little bit of a pep talk coming out from Virtual Secret. We'll see if they turn this around here.
I had nothing left to throw.
And same spawns as last time. Maximum and Blizzard gonna take this middle rooftop. Very powerful position. Donnie goes for the quick shots and manages to catch Blizzard. Maximum now really exposed from the north. Grenade comes out. Not going to catch anybody, though. Donnie takes this high position. He might catch Maximum. Oh, Maximum was ready for it, though, and catches Donnie. Now down to a 4v4. Gary looking for the shots. Confirm comes out just to make sure he's dead. Maximum using this tight little slit to look for any movement. Might catch Gary, but Gary sees him. Now down to 3v4. That rooftop proving really dangerous, yet powerful at the same time. Free fire coming out from Gary. Gary being the distraction of VR Loyal Dogs. Just grabbing attention with his LMGs. Bringing out the SA-80s and the G36. Or, I'm sorry, G3. Both drum mags. G3 not used too often on the support side. X-Side going for a long flank, it looks like, as Sarge catches Gary. And the trade comes out, Oxford's a stitch, and the beautiful grenade blows up the C4 on Sarge's chest, giving Sarge the suicide. Now down to a 2v1.5. Stitch down on objective. X-Side is gonna have to rotate for this. Gonna cross into the angle. Now 2 left on objective in a 2v2 with the revive coming out. Gecko versus Hakine. C4 comes out. Doesn't catch anybody though. Hakine opting to maintain this western approach with Gecko in the northeast. Hakine getting aggressive on his approach. X-Size ready to ambush him. Oh, but Hakine was quicker on the reflexes. Now down to just Stidge inside objective. Stidge is gonna get aggressive. Hakine manages to round the corner just quick enough though. Gecko looking for that angle if Stidge crosses it. Smoke comes out. Gonna challenge this doorway, making a lot of noise once again. Oh, if he crosses the east doorway, oh, but Stidge just looks away. Right as Hakine makes the peek, giving VR Loyal Dogs their second point in map number 3. All the connoisseurs are sweating right now. Wow. Very, very good attack from VR Loyal Dogs, taking out 2 relatively early, and then a good surround on the objective. The unfortunate grenade only downing Sarge here, but his C4 going off gets the confirm. The unfortunate part about having C4 on your chest, any explosive goes off, you risk confirming yourself or even downing team members that wouldn't have been downed otherwise. As we move objectives to the building over to inside this warehouse. We are Loyal Dogs coming in on the defense. We're going to go ahead and hop in to the gameplay view once again and take a quick look at the scoreboard or leaderboard, depending on your preference of lingo. As I say that, we are moving in to round number 3. Here are Loyal Dogs up 2-0 with the solid traction. Virtual Secret hungry for a cap right now, and this is a very capable objective. We'll see if they manage it. Opting for what appears to be a 2-3 split. Now regrouping in the center, Blizzard catches Donnie on an aggressive north flank. Echo 4 remaining. X-Ice now hungry for a kill up on that rooftop. Maximum also peeking out for it. Hakine and Gecko in a little bit of a predicament here if they're not too careful with what angles they expose themselves to. Again, rooftop, very powerful, but very dangerous. Nade comes out from Hekine, I believe. Doesn't catch Blizzard, though. Stidge going for this western flank once again. Gary and Excise relatively close to each other. Excise sneaking his way to the objective building. And Blizzard now getting the high ground up in the north. Hekine needs to be ready for this. In the offense, successfully surrounding this objective building. Bravo 5, I assume, means they have 5 team members up. Good call-out systems that they have worked out. Start going for the peaks. Ooh, might catch Gecko. Or Hekine if neither of them are careful.
Two in the roof.
Fortunately, that sign is not penetrable. Hekine just free-firing it. Flashbang comes out, probably caught the guys on the roof. Or at least Hekine. Sarge getting ready to challenge that doorway. The smoke comes out. And more rounds getting traded here. Frag grenade comes out, doesn't quite stick to the roof. The assault coming into the objective building. Stidge catches Hekine with the great grenade. Excise going for the push. Sarge downing Gecko on the roof now. Excise and Gary fighting. Excise comes out on top. Oxford now all alone to defend this objective. If he's not careful, he could get capped on. This is a cap. Stidge, tablet out. I don't think he can cap from there. Oxford's gonna go for it. Maximum on the cap though. Virtual Secret getting the uplink code in. Maximum with the quick fingers. Virtual Secret, hungry for that cap, manages to eat it up. Giving them 2 points on the board, tying it to a 2-2 on the third map. Keeping everybody on their toes. The connoisseurs feeling a little less sweaty now, maybe. As Virtual Secret start their comeback. But now, they're gonna have the tough job of defending that objective that they just attacked. And as you saw, very capable. They're gonna have to be very smart on their defense if they're gonna hope to hold this momentum and bring them up to a 3-2 and avoid the cap from BR Loyal Dogs, which would give them the map and the series. Who do you guys think will take this? I mean, this is so close. This could be, this next round could be the last round of the series. BR Loyal Dogs managed to get a quick fingers on the code. As I say that, we're moving into the next round, round number 4. Top into that gameplay view to make sure y'all can comfortably see all of the action.
There, Stitch, you're inside. I will
I'm on the roof.
Some last minute quarterbacking from the defense to decide on their positions.
Yeah, Stitch is there. I will be on top.
See how condensed they opt to stay. It looks like they're pushing out pretty far on these positions. Donnie and Blizzard gonna be the first to challenge each other. As I say that, some free fire coming out towards the roof. And keep an eye on Blizzard though. Grenade comes out, flashes Donnie. Donnie manages to get behind cover though. Free fire comes out, more shots onto the rooftop. Maximum looking for Gecko. Doesn't quite catch him though. Grenade from Sarge doesn't catch Gary. More free fire, but Maximum comes out on top. Blizzard going for Donnie. Gary only downed. C4 comes out for the confirm. Doesn't make it far enough, though. Donnie manages to catch it. Blizzard falling and wounding himself. The fight comes out. The revive onto Gary. Virtual Secret now down 1. Maximum catches Gecko. And the trade comes out. And Oxer's going down by Excise from what sounded like a C4. And grenade from Maximum onto the final attacker. Wow, what a grenade. Giving Virtual Secret the 3rd point in a commanding defense. Turning the tables on VR Loyal Dogs. Now all Virtual Secret has to do is get on this objective and take out the defenders. VR Loyal Dogs gonna be a little hard pressed to defend this, as this spawn is pretty fast and is hard to get set up before the attackers are on top of you. We'll see if Virtual Secret uses that to their advantage as we go back into the gameplay and take a quick look at the scoreboard here. Moving up, Maximum coming in with the 5 kills, looking to bring his team to victory. We are awaiting this much anticipated round number 5, as this once again could be the last round, and as I say it, round number 5 is commencing.
Yeah.
Face to that palm
More-
tree.
Yeah, more to the left. You can see the hangar. Wait.
Oh, Virtual Secret has some pre-planned throws for some utility here.
I'm gonna do a bit further then.
Definitely practice this. Perfect smoke right next to the auto shop. All around it. Plenty of audio coverage, if not visual coverage. More smokes coming out right onto objective. Sergeant Blizz fighting Donnie over here in the north. Maximum getting really aggressive though. Right subjective with Excise as they make their approach. Stitch taking out Gary. Maximum right on top of objective. The objective is being challenged right now. Donnie off to fight against Sarge, and Blizzard manages to come out on top against Sarge. Hakine manages to take 1. Excise gets the refrag. Now on top of the objective, takes down another Oxers, while Donnie and Blizzard trade. Excise is on objective in a 2v1. They do not have to cap. Gecko needs to get on objective. He's gonna push out though. Now he's gonna rotate back. Not sure if he realizes he's the last one left. I don't know if Virtual Secret has a good kill count, but Gecko's gonna push out on objective. Excise is ready for this. Oh, he doesn't quite peek out enough for Excise to catch it. Gecko holds the corner. Stitch gonna be the one to peek it out. And he catches him. Virtual Secret taking the 4th point. 2nd map for the series. Map number 4 going their way. And the connoisseurs can now sit back down and take a breath, as you see on the scoreboard. Virtual Secret taking the series against VR Loyal Dogs. The final score, a 10-7. Again, a lot closer than those predictions would lead you to believe. What a match coming out here today, folks. Thank you everyone to joining us. This was a lot of fun. Both teams played very, very well. VR Loyal Dogs, again, proving that as the underdogs, they can still come out and fight this game against Virtual Secret and give them a run for their money. But unfortunately, that is all of the Onward action to pick up for this match. I have been TheSkyJoker hosting on VRML 3. Once again, thank everyone for tuning in. I hope you all have a great weekend, and be sure to tune into the rest of these amazing matches that we have going on over the next couple of days. GG's, and have a great evening, great night, great morning, great day, wherever you are worldwide. See y'all next time.